Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes Up. Today I thought I would do a makeup tutorial based around some products I've been really enjoying in my kit and on myself at the minute. And this is just a nice kind of day to evening look, something that's quite transitional. It's not too summery, it's not too wintry, it's somewhere in between, so I thought a good one to start with. I'm gonna just prep my skin because I've been playing with a lot of makeup today generally. This is the Glossier Priming Moisturiser Rich. I find a little of this goes a really long way. This is incredibly moisturizing, which obviously is what you want. So I'm gonna just give my skin a nice little drink with some moisture. Base, I kind of feel like maybe I will do it in order a little bit. I'm gonna go back to an old favorite, which is the Urban Decay. This is the Weightless Cover Concealer. Oh, and I've got slippy hands now, so nothing's gonna open. And this is in the shade Medium Light Neutral, as I have a tan at the moment, which feels quite interesting. So I'm just going to take a bit of this and just even out a little bit of the redness. You guys know me, I don't like a really heavy base, so I'm just going to use this. And I find this is nice when you've kind of got the moisturiser just on top of your skin, because it kind of mixes in nicely and you get more like a tinted moisturiser effect overall. So I'm just kind of pushing it out towards the outside of my face and just letting it fade naturally. Then I am going to use a shadow today, so I'm going to use the NARS Pro Prime. You guys know the one, it's got the longest name in the world. I'm just going to pop that over the eyelid, and I'm just going to use my finger to smush that in. And then while that's setting, I'm just going to apply a little bit of brow. So I'm going to take the Hourglass Brow Sculpting Pencil, Arch Sculpting Pencil, and I am the shade Soft Brunette. I find this is a great one when you're in a rush actually. I feel like you can draw quite even brows on quite quickly with the slant, so I just kind of drag it along my brow naturally. I go very, very soft on the inner corner, and then just give myself a bit more of an arch, as I don't normally have one. So I just have to kind of emphasize that a little bit and then just pull down. And I do find this is a very quick product. Like I said, it gets me really good brows very, very quickly, so I've been using that a lot recently. And same on this side, and I just kind of feather through the brows as I go along. So I'll leave my brows there. The next thing I'm going to come on to is a beautiful eyeshadow by Chanel. This is one of their new, the ombre, the single ombre premiere. So it's the long wear powder eyeshadows, and these are very, very pigmented. Now this is a beautiful, does anyone remember MAC Satin Taupe? I remember when I first started as a makeup artist, that was like a colour everyone had in their kit. And Shu Uemura did a similar one as well. I can't remember if it was 925 or 945. And it's this kind of like pewtery grey, which I find on everyone has a slightly different undertone. So on some people it goes more brown, on some people it goes more pinky, more purpley. It's a really interesting colour, and it's one of those ones that I just think adapts beautifully to different skin tones. So I'm going to do a wash of this over my eyelid. I'm just going to take one of my Chanel brushes. I'm still so obsessed with these beautiful, beautiful retractable brushes. So I'm just going to take the flat end, and I'm just going to give a wash of that over my eye. And it's a very, very soft, kind of like smoky taupe. And it does have a kind of pearl finish to it. But I find this very, very flattering, as I say, on kind of every skin tone. And you can always go back in and just add a bit more definition to the crease if you want to kind of deepen the socket a little bit. That always looks nice with these kind of colours. And this colour also layers really well over mattes as well. So if you like to do your shading work with a matte shadow and then go in with a colour like this, that also works really, really nicely. And then I'm just going to run a little bit of that shadow as well, just under the lower lash line, just for a little bit of shadow. And I'm not going to powder my skin yet, just in case I want to do kind of any correcting work. If anything does fall down, it just always makes it that a little bit easier. So then I'm going to go in with this beautiful crayon. This is Drugstore. This is Maybelline Colour Tattoo. It's one of their pencils in creamy chocolate. Absolutely love this. So I'm just going to take this along the bottom lash line. Now, because this is more bronze, what it does is it kind of gives a nice almost like mixed metals effect. You get kind of the cool tone and the warm tone coming together, which makes a really pretty eye effect. It's very, very subtle. So I'm just going to take that kind of on the outer corner, thickening up. And just like that. And then I'm just going to kind of smudge that through, I think. Just to give a little bit of a messy edge, and you can see it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to get a nice bit of that brown at the root of the lashes. And then I'm going to go in with the brush and the Maybelline crayon, and I'm just going to pull that out a little bit, just so it gets a little bit of a subtle wing, just to give the eye a little bit of shape. And you can just use your finger as well, just to kind of drag the direction up a little bit, because it gives you a little bit of time to work with the product still. And then I've got a new discovery here, which is very, very amazing. This is M Cosmetics. So if you guys, I'm sure you guys know who Michelle Phan is. This is her makeup brand, and I have got one of her kohl pencils here, which is illustrative eyeliner matte gel pencil, and this is so creamy and beautiful. So with the same kind of like pencil brush again, just going to do a few dots just to give my lash line some definition, but without kind of removing the bronzy tone underneath. And I'm just going to do that all the way along the top lash line, just for a bit of definition, and just kind of feather that along again. So as you can see, it just gives my eyes a nice bit of definition, and it's very, very easy to work with. So you can just adjust it to kind of suit your eye shape and your preference, and it's very, very easy. And then I'm going to take the kohl into the waterline as well, because I think once it gets to kind of autumn, winter as well, it is nice going for a little bit more of a smoky look. So I'm going to take that into the waterline, and from there I'm just going to smoke that down as well, so we have a little bit more smokiness into the lower waterline. And then you can do the same technique we did with the Maybelline pencil, where you can just kind of take the kohl directly on the end of your brush and just kind of smoke out and wing out the corners that little bit further, just for a soft take and just to kind of open the eye up a little bit. And then I think the key to any good kind of smoky eye, whether that's a day look or an evening look, is lots of mascara. Now I have been loving this one by L'Oreal. My lovely work wife Lindsay Kell brought me one of these back from the UK. It's the Paradise Ecstatic mascara by L'Oreal. So I'm going to start first by putting some of this on my bottom lashes. And then I'm going to curl the top lashes, because I do want a nice full lash with my eye look. So I'm just going to do a quick lash curl. And I'm going to layer up the mascara. I think this look, because it's kind of like a messy lash line, you can definitely get away with a nice big, thick, chunky lash, which is exactly what this mascara gives you. It's pretty incredible. Such a good mascara. So that's with the mascara on. I think that mascara is pretty damn incredible. I am actually going to add a little bit more of this M Cosmetics liner just into the top waterline, because I do feel like you need that kind of rich kohl lash line, top and bottom, sometimes, and this is one of those times. So I'm just going to do one more dot of concealer just around the areas that the redness keeps coming back. And then we will set with some powder. So just back in with that Urban Decay concealer again, just making sure it's nice and clean under the eye area. Oh no, I've got that thing where I really want to sneeze now. Wish me luck. So a little bit of concealer smudged in again. And the powder I'm going to use is also by Glossier. This is the famous Wilder, which I do really like actually. I feel like it's a nice, easy to use, I like the kind of cushion thing rather than it all spilling out every time you open it. Is cool. I've got the brush as well, so I'm just going to powder the areas where I don't want any sheen, but I do, even in autumn and winter, I like a nice glow to my skin. I just think for me it always makes me feel fresher, like I look more healthy. So I'm just taking this really kind of down the center of the face and a little bit under the eyes to set my concealer. And I think it's nice because the pigment's not super heavy, so it doesn't in any way cake your face. It literally is just a nice kind of veil of setting where you need it and blotting without it looking heavy or flat. I then am going to go on to, I think this product I'm going to use today, which I am absolutely loving, by Tom Ford. It's one of their kind of illuminators and blush colours. And I'm going to use this gorgeous blush first, because I think, again, this is such a nice one for kind of a little bit of something without being too much colour. And this palette is called Scintillate, I believe, if I pronounce that right. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of peachy pink colour, just a little bit. So I think this is very, very subtle and pretty. And again, it just kind of radiates health and a nice glow. And then I can kind of put back in the sheen where I want it, which I really, really like with these kind of products. And then I'm going to take this gorgeous highlighty tone. Highlighty tone? I think I'm making up words again. And I'm just going to take that onto the tops of my cheekbones for that. I mean, look at that. That is so amazing. Such a beautiful, glowy product. I will, of course, do a little bit on the bridge of my nose because that always makes me feel good. A little bit on the Cupid's bow. Oh my goodness, that sheen is incredible. So I think that's kind of it for eyes. For lips, I'm tempted. I keep going back to my Charlotte Tilbury Kissing Lipstick in Bitch Perfect at the minute. And I do like a nude with an eye. I feel like with this kind of eye though, I love the Glossier Generation G in Cake is really nice. But this one I tend to just kind of dot on, which is nice. I'll just kind of smush it on and not really think too much about how I'm applying it or where I'm applying it. I just go slightly over the edge of the lip as well, so it naturally makes it look a bit fuller and it doesn't deposit too much colour that way. And that's it, guys. A nice little transitional makeup look that takes you from day to night, kind of summer to fall, very easy and universally flattering. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I would love it if you subscribe, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.